So now we are standing for our Neolithic house. It's from the Vlaardingen cultuur, the Vlaardingen culture. It's dated around 3000 BC. We built this house making use of the data gathered by an excavation in the province of Zeeland, near Haamstede, the place called Haamstede. So we use that information to reconstruct our house. What you see is the post holes, a long row of post holes, short, that are the walls of our house. The length of our house is about 9 meters, the width is about 4 meters. So we did use this plan with information from the excavation in Zeeland to rebuild our house. So this is our Neolithic house, dated about 3000 BC. It's a reconstruction. We are not sure about everything, but it's a possible reconstruction. For example, we used reed to cover the roof. You can use wood, you can use turfs, but we did use reed to cover our roof. It's the west part of the Netherlands, the west and wet part of the Netherlands. So there's a lot of reed everywhere. It's easy to harvest, and it's also very easy to use it as a covering of our house. So that's our roof made of reed. We did use wood, of course, to reconstruct our house. It's ash wood, it's elder wood. Ash and elder, these are the two species of wood that we used. And these two types of trees are also growing in a wet environment. There's no oak, there's no beech, but we did use the wet trees. So we chopped it with tools, of course, reconstructed Neolithic tools, and we did use flint to make our axes. You can chop very easily with these type of tools. It's a good material. So we we harvested our trees to reconstruct the house using these flint axes. The walls you see behind, these are made of wattle and daub. You don't see it at the moment because we covered the wattle and daub walls here with reed to protect the walls, because when these walls get wet, when raining for example, the walls will collapse. So we protect here at this part of the house, we protected the walls by reed. But other part of the walls, it is just wattle and daub. So this is our wall. It's a wattle and daub wall, but we can't see that wall because it's covered by reed. And we covered it by reed because of the rain. When it rains and the wattle and daub walls get wet, they will disappear. So here we protected the walls by using reed. We fixed the reed by using twigs of willow. This is a willow twig, and also these very thin willow twigs we used to tie them to the walls. So it's reed, it's willow, and very small tiny willow twigs to make the construction. This is our door. It's a skin, everybody can see it's a skin. It's a red deer skin. So this is our entrance, and the entrance was on this place. That's true, that's no doubt about that. We know the length, the width of the house. We know the wattle and daub walls with vertical posts in it, but there is an opening in these posts. So we know that the door was at this place. So it's a skin, it's a post, and the protection, the reed mouth is connected by these posts, by using lime tree bark. So that's also material we use to bind things together, to connect the elements of the construction. Lime tree bark and willow twigs. It's 9 meters long, 4 meters wide. These are the posts. This one, the next one, and that next one, and a fourth one you can't see. These 4 posts carry the roof made of reed. Maybe I'm standing in the stable, we don't know, we are not for sure. The other part of the house, there's the living area, there's the hearth. So there was the fire to cook on. I'm standing on a clay floor, very easy, it's just a clay floor, dried out clay. We do have the wattle and daub wall here. It's constructed by using vertical posts and with wattle around it. And we did put clay against that wooden frame. Clay mixed with cow urine. So that's a very simple wall. It's dried clay with wattle in it. This is the roof carried by this post, by this tree and by these beams. The roof is covered by reed, a lot of reed. And did we use? We yielded the reed ourselves and we covered the roof ourselves. I think in totally 350 days we constructed this house. For example, one Saturday one man worked on the wall, but the next Sunday 10 people worked the whole day to construct the roof. But in total 350 days we worked on this house. In Neolithic times, I think a family built this house. I think we think in a far more shorter time, not in 350 days, but maybe in a few weeks. Far more faster than we can. We are not experienced people, so it's in Neolithic times they built this house, I think, in a few weeks. So now I'm sitting near a very important place in the house. It's the hearth. You use the warmth of the hearth to cook on, to warm yourself as well. It gives light, it keeps the mosquitoes away, so a hearth is a very important element in the house. And it was on this place in the house. We did excavate the house and we did document the hearth on this place. So it's the hearth, very important in the house. We do have some pottery, copies of the real finds. But this type of pottery is very typical for the Vlaardingen culture, because the Neolithic culture around 3000 BC in the western part in the Netherlands is called the Vlaardingen culture. It's very typical for the Vlaardingen culture. It's handmade and near the rim are holes. That's very typical for Vlaardingen culture. So that's the pottery. Another type of pottery, more common in the Netherlands. Not only the Vlaardingen culture has this type of pottery, but also in the northern part of the Netherlands you do find this type of pottery. It's the hearth. It gives a lot of smoke, of course. We don't have a chimney in our Neolithic house. We don't know how the smoke escaped in Neolithic times, but in this reconstruction it escapes through the roof. So there's no chimney, but it just escapes through the roof. It also keeps the roof free of mosquitoes. I'm sitting on a dugout canoe. We do have several dugout canoes, but this is our Neolithic dugout canoe. It's made of a trunk, a tree, an oak tree. We did use, it's an experiment again. We did use Stone Age tools, for example this axe again. It's made of flint and of course wood, but we did use flint tools to make this dugout canoe. This is an axe. We do also have an adze. This is an adze, also made of flint. So these are the flint tools. We also used tools made of bone and of antler. Antler is a very good material to make tools from, and we did use them to make this boat. Our team making this dugout canoe, maybe 10, 11, 12 people, but we had a core team, 3 or 4 people who spent their Saturdays making this dugout canoe. I think in total they built 500, 550 hours making this Neolithic dugout canoe. Of course, we finished this dugout canoe, and the first thing you do is trying to use it. So we went to a water, it's a nearby canal, and we tried to use the dugout canoe, and it worked out very fine. It had a nice speed, it's completely regular, the dugout canoe. There's no bending in it, so you can make a very high speed using the canoe. Far more than you think.
Hello, I'm Jurrien Moree. I'm a volunteer at Masamuda. I was educated as a mechanical engineer, but nowadays I'm retired, so I'm enjoying my pension. What I will show you how to twine a rope from flax material. It's easy. You start with 2 strings. You can, of course, start with 3 strings, but that makes it more difficult. What you need to do is to turn it from yourself to outside, across the other rope, and then steady the same movement. I need usually some water with me. I use my own water then. It's not that difficult. Just you have to spend, let's say, a couple of hours, then you can do it blind, I think. Because this rope is for the Stone Age, I really don't care about how smooth it looks later on. The purpose is I need a big strength in this rope to do some construction work, to make a joint between 2 pieces of wood. And this is strong enough to keep 2 pieces of wood together. So now I have a beginning. As you can see it starts already. You can clean this up, the little parts, just to put it a little bit in the fire. Of course, it's a nice job to take the flax with you at home, and during the cold winter evenings you can do it at home. Usually you use the fire, but in this case I use my lighter. So, it looks better, much better. Nice piece of rope, isn't it? Thank you.